overall the character of our relationship or the color of our relationship isn't unhealthy. So that was a helpful distinction. Thank you for clearing that up.
How I would think of it is like when you hit the brakes on your car and that bitch squealing, does that mean your car is a piece of shit, or does it mean you just need to go and get some new brake pads?
There we go.
Yeah.
Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater.
You know what I'm saying? We just need some new brake pads. You know what I'm saying? We've been running these joints down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need a new oil change or what have you. You just got to do some basic maintenance to get it back right. Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Buffet Podcast, brought to you by your favorite hosts, Brandon and
Ciandra.
Welcome to episode 108.
108.
108 episodes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, right? So yeah, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Straight out the gate, hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like and subscribe to us if you listen to us on the audio, and also come through on the video on the YouTubes that we drop on Wednesdays. Like and subscribe because we're trying to get those numbers up and away.
Up and it's stuck.
Yeah, that part. So, how you feeling, babe?
I'm feeling good. I'm so glad that we ate before we decided to record.
See, that was strategic. That was a strategic move. You know what I'm saying?
We're still working out the formula of like what is going to lead to the most success in terms of energetically, mentally being stimulated and ready and primed. And I'm feeling good right now. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good too. I'm feeling good as well.
Yay.
Real good.
I feel like you're leaving some innuendo. I don't know what you guys are going to assume.
Let them assume what they want to assume. You'll be right. Yeah, so today, so we got a couple of clips to show, and we'll see where the conversation takes us. The first one is going to be, was it J. Cole? J. Cole dropped a Jermaine Cole? Jermaine. He dropped a clip talking about marriage and relationships and things of that nature. So let's give that a quick escucha.
But I look at couples that's been married for a long time, and I know now from life experience that, like, man, that shit didn't always feel like it felt when y'all first met. That's not how it always felt. People get married thinking that, like, I'm meeting you and this shit feel like this and we on a high. And I'm going to marry you because, man, this shit been feeling like this for a year straight. I already know I got my person. It's going to feel like this forever. Shit, that first year after you get married or 2 years after you get married and that shit don't feel the same? No. You got to now find a new way to fall in love with this person from this valley that y'all in. You got to find a way to get back to the peak. We got to go on more dates. I got to listen more. I got to I got to turn this IG off because they keep suggesting all the baddest bitches. Like, I got to stop looking that way so I could just focus on this and appreciate what I got. Boom, boom.
What do you think?
Oh, you beat me to it.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Hey, I think Cole, as usual, you know what I'm saying? He not wrong. He's spitting that. He talking some real talk right there. Yeah, I think this speaks to the idea of a forever honeymoon stage that it seems like a lot of people will let social media and all this stuff tell. It seems like we're constantly chasing that butterfly feeling, that honeymoon stage to last forever. And when that feeling is no longer there, it must mean that you haven't found your person and you got to move on and find somebody else. That's what I feel like he's speaking from, and letting us know that, no, that first part is good, is great, is awesome, but eventually that's going to become normal, and you got to constantly evolve and shift and change your stuff up to, get back to that peak, and also recognize that it's not always going to be at a peak. There's going to be valleys too. That is also a natural and a normal part of a healthy relationships. Yeah, it's not always up. It's true for pretty much all relationships that you can think of that are close to you. Your parents, your closest, best friends. There were times when y'all was mad at each other. Y'all may not have talked to each other for a little minute or what have you, but y'all got back right.
Yeah, those are really good points, babe. I agree. I definitely especially the parent one. Like, you think about how that relationship changes as you as an individual change. Your romantic relationship will go through the same thing. If we both share an interest when we first start dating, and then 3 years into dating, I'm no longer interested in that thing, but you are still like in it. That is your jam. As I'm shifting, it's going to feel like I'm pulling away from you because this thing that we once shared and bonded us, I'm no longer interested in it, and my interest is going elsewhere. And I, on the other hand, might feel like he's stuck on that old stuff. Like, he needs to get with the new stuff. We into this now, whatever. And that can pose a challenge for a lot of people, in addition to those butterfly feelings fading. It's just like, this person is changing in a way that I didn't predict, that I couldn't have predicted, because I got into this relationship or made this level of commitment with the idea that if things stayed exactly the way that they were right now, that I would be happy.
Yeah. And I think that, I think we have the expectation that everything that's great now is going to continue to be great forever without dropping, without stopping, and everything bad is going to get less bad and get better over time.
Overly optimistic.
Yeah, on all fronts, and I think that's kind of true. And even sometimes, where it's like, oh, things are good now, but the bad kind of overpowers the good in a sense. But like, you have hope and optimism that like some of that bad is going to minimize, so the overall goodness can like overcome it, and then you can like be happy in the relationship. I think that's what a lot of people get caught up. A lot of people get caught up in that, and it doesn't work out the way they think of. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're talking about the good, like the healthy relationships, and what it looks like after that first year. After that first year or two, when you're out of that honeymoon stage, because it's going to happen. It is normal. We're not saying like, oh, bad shit is going to happen, but like, if you're smart about it, you can get around it. No, we're saying like, no, like,
it's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee that you're going to not like the person that you love right now for a little bit of part of time. And that's like a normal, natural part of the relationship where it's going to be some peaks and valleys. And I'm just saying, like, that's normal. That's natural. That is not a sign to get out. That is a sign to move closer together. It's not a sign to move further apart. It's a sign to move closer together. Because there's going to be tough times. Humans is human. They're going to piss you off. You're going to piss them off. Intentionally or unintentionally. Hopefully mostly unintentionally.
Yes.
I'm hoping that it's also all unintentionally. Because if you're intentionally trying to piss them off,
you petty.
That you got a problem.
But in hearing you say that, I'm thinking about the word healthy. If you were to take a snapshot of a person who was in an unhappy marriage and ask them if they felt like their relationship was healthy, do you think they would say it was healthy? Or what, if you were in that situation, what would your answer be? Like, you're unhappy, but you're still married. You don't have any plans of getting a divorce. Would you say, like, if I was like, hey, is your relationship healthy right now?
I guess it depends on what it is, but I would say, like, if you were like in a valley, like, I would say, like, I think things are healthy. We're just in a spot where, we're going through some tough times right now. But otherwise, it's like, it's overall healthy. We just working through a tough situation, and like, we're going to get through it. But right now, it fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? When we get to the other side of it, we're going to look back on this time and be like, yeah, it was a tough time. We made it through. We could chuckle about it. But like, when you're going through it, it fucking sucks. There's no way around it. But you just got to get through it. And because we have a healthy relationship, we're going to get through it intact and well and stronger for it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It is making sense. I guess the thing that's coming to mind for me is, if I was sick, went to the doctor, the reason that I'm sick is because I'm not feeling well, right? And you would say that I'm unhealthy. If I'm in a valley in my relationship, we were just at a peak, so we had to have fallen down in order to get into the valley. And that, for me, feels like, I don't know if I want to say it's something that's unhealthy has happened, but something has occurred. And I wonder if I would say the same, if I would have the same answer.
That's a good. I could definitely understand like where you're coming from on, you know, on that. But just for me, when I think of it like an unhealthy relationship, I just mean just like a relationship that is untenable, or like a relationship where it is conflict ridden, strife ridden, a lot of miscommunication, where like where not only just like miscommunication, because that's also part of a relationship, but like a miscommunication where like no effort or care is have to understand each other. Mm-hmm. That's what I think of an unhealthy relationship. Like y'all shouldn't be in, like y'all should have been out this mud. Not necessarily like we just going through a tough time, but we gonna push through because circumstance.
Yes. Okay. And I think that's a really good distinction. Like the circumstance is separate from the character of the overall relationship. Mm-hmm. Our relationship only becomes unhealthy if we start to behave in unhealthy ways. Mm-hmm. If something has happened in a relationship that is causing strife or like turmoil, that doesn't mean our relationship is unhealthy. We're maybe just not in the best spot, or like we're in an unhealthy situation right now, something like that, but not overall the character of our relationship or the color of our relationship isn't unhealthy. So that was a helpful distinction. Thank you for clearing that up.
How I would think of it is like when you hit the brakes on your car and that bitch squealing, does that mean your car is a piece of shit, or does it mean you just need to go and get some new brake pads?
There we go.
Yeah.
Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater.
You know what I'm saying? We just need some new brake pads. You know what I'm saying? We've been running these joints down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need a new oil change or what have you. Just got to do some basic maintenance to get it back right. The engine is perfect. It's working strong. It's strong. That joint crank up on the first try every time. Everything that's important to this relationship / this car is working optimally. We just haven't been doing the regular maintenance that is required from any car that you have. There's no car where it's just going to run perfectly forever without you never having to do anything. Maybe the car doesn't need to get washed. The car is dirty. You know what I'm saying? Does that mean that you need? Oh, no, I need to throw it away. I'll get a new car because the joint's dirty. I gotta take it to the car wash. I gotta do the small things that is required to upkeep a car, and so you can have the car and it's gonna last you for as long as freaking possible.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. And I think in that clip, J. Cole mentioned some of those small things, right? Like we need to do this more to be able to turn
you gotta start dating again.
Each other. Yeah. We need to stop engaging in things that are drawing our attention elsewhere. I'm gonna get off Instagram. You should probably get off Instagram, whatever. Like the things that could be distractions that are gonna make it easier for us to drown out this valley and like go into our own little shells. Let's make sure we limit those things and find ways that we can turn towards each other and reinvest in making sure that we get to the peak.
Yeah, prioritizing the relationship and the health and of it, and anything that is a detriment to that needs to be eliminated until you get right. So if all of these other things in your life are pulling away from your relationship, like those things need to be minimized. You need to put those things on a shelf or in such a way where you can be able to refocus on what really is important to you, which I imagine will be your family and your relationship with your spouse. And then once y'all back right together, where y'all are back in a strong position, then you can go back and pick up some other things as long as your relationships and your family is going strong.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? When you're sick, you don't be doing everything that you be doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it, but you're not supposed to, because it makes things worse.
That's true. It makes things worse. The sickness is going to last longer.
Or it slows down your ability to you might have recovered in 2 days because you out here still trying to do some other shit on top of that. Your regular routine, it's going to take you a week or two. But if you just sit down for a couple of days, drink some hot toddies and take your cold calm or whatever, you'll be back on your. You don't know about the hot toddy?
Why would I have liquor while I'm sick?
It came to mind because it's good. It's good for you. It is good. A hot toddy?
Brandon cannot give you.
You got a sore throat. Hot toddy is.
Brandon cannot give anyone medical advice. Don't listen.
I got doctor friends, and they told me about it. I learned it from them.
That's not true.
Yo, E, I need you to comment under. No, don't do that. No, comment under and be like, yeah, hot toddy, it could be beneficial to like sore throats and things of that nature. It's not a detriment.
He's just gonna verify it because he's your friend. It's not true.
I don't know. Verification to verification.
Whatever.
Awesome.
All right. What's next? Go,
okay.
go,
so
go. Go.
So this kind of leads into our second clip, which is from Jordan Peterson. I don't know if y'all know about him, but he's kind of an academic. He'd be out here having some strong opinions, but not necessarily like wild opinions, I guess you would say. But
I haven't heard anything wild, but I do feel like people think he'd be strong and wrong. There are people who definitely strongly disagree with him.
Because he talk with his chest. He speaks with his chest, and anytime anybody speaks with his chest, it's automatically gonna be like, I don't agree with. There's somebody that's gonna be on the opposite side of you. Just a natural part of it. His tone. Yeah, he does have like a direct, like, I'm speaking to you, like I'm talking my shit. I'm talking to you directly. Take it or not.
Yeah.
But Jordan Peterson, and he's talking about how a couple can maintain their relationship, keep it from deteriorating, and what you need in order to keep it from deteriorating. Whew, that word almost beat me up.
It did.
All right, so let me go.
It was swinging, but you swung back.
Couple to maintain their relationship without it deteriorating, they have to spend 90 minutes a week together talking about their lives, about how the house is run, about what they've all been doing to keep their stories caught up, right? And then they need to spend at least one time having a date, and 2 is better. 1 is necessary, 2 is better. And so that's sort of your minimal commitment level if you don't want things to deteriorate. For a couple
What do you think about
You're quick.
Uh-huh.
I don't disagree. I do think that it's important. Oh, sorry. I agree that it is important to have the space to connect with your partner to get a good idea of what is happening in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Because to his point, if you are telling yourself one story about what's happening with them and they're telling themselves a different story about what's happening with them, that's a very easy way to miss each other and lead very quickly into a valley. Like, you don't see me, you don't hear me, I don't feel valued. And it's because I didn't know. Like, I thought she was sweet. I thought she was sweet. I thought you were fine. I just wasn't aware. So I 100% agree with that part. The other part I'm curious about, like, I think that dates get a good rap, but nobody talks to you about how to date once you're married or once you're in a committed relationship, because I think it's easy to think, well, we've dated we did the things that when we were dating, we did the things that we wanted to do that were dates. Or we aren't I don't have a lot of capacity to be creative and imaginative with dates. Like, I just struggle with that one. Like, I'm not anti it. I don't think as a couple in a long-term committed relationship, going out to dinner as a date is going to be an investment that will have a large impact on your relationship. I don't think it's going to really do anything for you. Especially if you have the availability to eat dinner together on a regular basis.
Oh, so what's going out going to do? That's different?
We just eating dinner outside. I guess I just don't think.
Okay.
And this is coming from at least my perspective and my own experience. Like, going out to dinner as a date before we lived together and had as much time together was exciting. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to you about all these things and like have dinner with you and rada. And now it's just like, I am eating and you're eating and we're outside.
Because I know everything that's happened already.
Yep. We were
I've
here
seen you all day.
together.
We've had conversations throughout the day about what's going on. I'm pretty much up to date when I see you. So yeah, I definitely understand that. I definitely hear where you're coming from that. And that's a good point about dating when you are in a committed relationship, married or what have you, versus when you're dating before, like you move in together or stuff like that. It's not the same thing. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone make that distinction before until you just now. And I was like, that's an excellent point. And I'm thinking about like my parents and stuff like that. They've been married for 30, coming up on 38 years right now. So it's like, and I'm thinking about growing up and like, did they go out on dates? What did that look like? And I don't think they went on dates like that. They went out, together, during like, Valentine's Day or what have you. Every once in I would say like probably every blue moon, it feels like. But it also didn't seem like it was like it was a priority for them to go out on like quote unquote dates. That could just be my limited understanding, my limited view. I don't know what my mom was saying in my dad's ear or vice versa, or, if that was something they struggled with, but it didn't seem to be something that they were like trying to do on a regular basis. So I think there's some truth in both what Jordan said, especially that first half. And I kind of agree with him that like we should prioritize like spending I think what he's trying to say is have intimate time together.
Yes.
And I think that a date can be a shorthand for intimate time. That's the only way I can try to spin this and reframe this to a positive, is like, spending intimate time together at least once a week, preferably 2. And if that's the case, I definitely wholeheartedly agree with that. And, going out to dinner doesn't necessarily equate to an intimate moment. And now that's something that we've had conversations about. Like we'll go out to eat and then we're just like talking about BS, or, we might be trying to stay off, me personally trying to stay off the phone in like quiet moments or in silent moments. And sometimes we do have like good conversation, but sometimes we just have like regular conversation, or silent, or just like not unmemorable, the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think having the expectation that every time you go out somewhere that we're just going to have some like, oh my God, this is an amazing conversation like we would have when it was like the first year of us going together, is perhaps a little bit unrealistic. Because that may be cool for the first handful of years, but what's that going to look like when you're 10, 15, 20, 30, 38 years down the line, when like I know you better than you know you. Like we spend so much time together. We've seen so much. We see everything together, especially now we both of us work from home and stuff like that. It's like, I can understand back before pre-Rona when people everybody had to actually go to work 9 to 5, and then they were away from each other for the majority of the day and come back together. Like, oh, this is the first time I've seen you. Like, it's such a pleasure. But now that I see you all the time, it's just like, it's become normal. Not that it's bad, but it's become normal.
I know, babe. I didn't think you meant it in that way, but I agree with you.
So how do you keep it fresh?
How do you keep it fresh?
Do you have to keep it fresh?
Yes.
I guess maybe that is a question. Like,
yes.
Like you have to keep it fresh, but do you have to keep it fresh all the time? Like, is there like every quarter? Like, is there a certain amount of time where you're like, hey, y'all need to make sure y'all get something in? Do you agree with the once a week?
I do agree with that. Okay. And I think reframing it as an intimate moment makes a lot of sense, because you're right. I think date is an easy shorthand, but not every date is a quality date, especially if it's not creating the intimacy that you need to sustain a romantic relationship.
Because they're hungry.
Exactly. Like, we're together right now, but this doesn't make it a date. And because we're together often, it's hard to distinguish. Then my whole life's a date. Like, if that's the case, like, what makes this dinner that we're having together right now different from the dinner we had at home yesterday or the dinner we're going to have tomorrow? What makes it a date is that intimacy, is that like intentional leaning in towards each other. And I don't think that space is always cultivated by going out to dinner or other things that we have in mind as dates.
Go ahead. No, keep going. You're on a run. Go ahead. Keep going.
And the last thing that I was going to say, to your point of like keeping it fresh, yes, you need the fresh, new intimacy to sustain your interest in the other person. Like, I'm not just with you because you was cool 3 years ago. Like, I want to be with you because I think you're cool right now. Yeah. I want to be still interested in you and intrigued by you and proud of you and awed by you. Like, I want to feel all of those things, and I won't get to feel those things unless I have that opportunity to like be intimate with you.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. Every time you go out with your wife or husband or what have you, is or fiance right now. Yeah. It's the point of the going out is not always necessarily each other. It's because you guys are out. Like you're out because we're running some errands and then we're hungry. We're gonna stop here. The intention is just to get something to eat that's good at a place that we enjoy. But the intention is not we're out specifically so I can give my time and attention to you. We're not here for that. Or right. That's not the whole point of this. It can become that, but a lot of time, 9 times out of 10, when you are out and about together, that isn't the sole purpose of this endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when that is the case, that would be the date, the quote unquote date, the intimate moment that you cultivate. And you can have an intimate moment on the couch, after something. So that could technically be a date. You know what I'm saying? Technically, we have a date every Thursday when we do the game.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good one. And what's the name of the game? Should we tell them about
The
it?
And.
It's called The And. Like the and then and A-N-D. Look it up. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They got couples edition. They got strangers edition. We like the couples edition. You know, so we play it every week. Every week. We recommend it. Check it out.
Yeah, but I guess to your question about keeping it fresh, what would you say?
Well, like, what are some things that keep it fresh? Or
yeah, do you think that you should keep it fresh? And what are some things to keep it fresh?
I think it's necessary. Now, what that thing is going to be dependent on what your relationship. What you would need to keep things fresh may be different than what I need to keep it fresh. So we got to keep those things in mind. Like, you got to do something.
That's smart.
We got to do stuff that we both would enjoy. Do something. I want to do something for you. Do something for me. And of course, there's gonna be some things that are for both of us that we both enjoy. But we can't hyperfixate on one partner to the detriment of the other, to keep things fresh, because that could build resentment, and that may you might be doing the opposite of what you intend. If one person ain't happy,
in the valley,
you think you're climbing, but you're really digging. So I think that doing stuff together that you will both enjoy, that's great, but also not being afraid of doing something that you may enjoy more than the other, and then the other person is more like, yeah, I enjoy it, but mostly I enjoy it because I know you enjoy it, and I'm here to see your joy, and vice versa. But I think those things are essential to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking mostly from like a male perspective here and how I understand, what it's like to be a guy in a relationship, to feel like we just got to focus on the woman, make sure that she's happy, forget how we feel or forget what we want to do. We just got to make sure that she's enjoying she's enjoying the moment, she's enjoying what we're doing, so the relationship will continue moving forward. Because we feel like for us, if we aren't happy or if we're not necessarily 100% with it, we can take it on the chin and be able to keep it pushing, and it's not going to necessarily negatively impact the relationship. At least that's the mentality. That may be the thought process behind that decision. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come out some way, somehow from your behavior. But I understand and empathize with a lot of guys who do that, who just like, well, I'm just going to do whatever I got to do in order to make sure that my girl is happy. If she's happy, then the relationship is good. The relationship is happy. And if I can get something in on my own, as well, great. But I'm thinking about how can I get something I like, but like in a way that I know you're going to enjoy it as well, as opposed to like, I want to do this thing because I want to do it. This is like something I 100% will enjoy, and I know that like this is not her favorite thing, but she will probably go along with it because you love it, but you won't do it because you feel like if you do that, she's going to build resentment, like type of situation. Mm-hmm. And I'm just I wanted to speak to guys and be like, nah. So sometimes you do that, man. Do the thing that brings you joy. Every once in a while, man. You deserve it.
Yeah, I watched this Instagram clip earlier today of a girl who was talking about making adult friendships and about her most successful friendships, the friendships that she's built that she's really enjoyed, are ones in which you meet the person where their joy is. So instead of being like, oh, let's go grab coffee so we can like build our friendship and connect and catch up, she's like, I volunteer every Thursday. I have a friend who was like, actually, I would love to start volunteering too. We meet up on Thursdays. We volunteer together. Like, that's our thing. We have a really good time. And I feel very connected to this friend because we're doing something that we both enjoy that is related to our values, and we're bonding over it. And I think that that may be a thing for keeping it fresh in terms of dates, is like, meet me where I'm at, do something with me that I enjoy, or something that we both enjoy. And I can do the same for you. So I get that intimacy because it's something that you are like legitimately gonna have joy and pleasure attached to.
Yeah, like when you're doing something together and you know your partner really enjoys, that really brings them joy. Like that brings you joy too. Like when we do something, or like I see you, like you really enjoying something that we're doing. Like I don't really give a damn about the situation. I really care that you are enjoying yourself. Like this feels awesome. I like this. I feel like we're bonding over like this situation here. Like I'm looking at the situation as like the sister in this moment. I'm not saying you're helping bring this moment about. And that also reminds me, I think was it Trill AC said from the Cruise season? It was, I think he made a mention of when you love your partner, you're doing, I think he said something to the effect of like, when you're loving your partner or something like that, when you do something for them that you in no way benefit from. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff that you would do that's something you would do for somebody that you really love, or someone that really loves you would do. I think he was speaking to women, and it was like, when was the last time you as a woman did something for your man in which you had no direct benefit from? It was just something that you knew he loved, something that he loved, that he liked doing. And I think he was trying to highlight that it's rare. It's people don't really think about doing that a lot. And it was like, do that for your partner, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you did something with your partner that you didn't directly benefit from in one way or the other? And what you want to do with that?
Does that mean that you'll go to any boot camp that I say that we should go to because I really enjoy it? Are you making that face at me?
My face was already made like that. I ain't doing nothing different. I'm going to the boot camp, right?
You did.
And it's cool. I ain't saying any. Yeah, you dragging it. See, when you give them an inch, sometimes they want to take a mile.
I was just trying. It brings me joy.
Yeah, so I go to some, but I can't get. I'm doing stuff that don't. Well, it does technically benefit me because it's a workout, but I can just go to the gym. We can just stay at OT. You know what I'm saying? But not any. You know what I'm saying? There's lines, but I go to some boot camps. Emotional manipulation at its best. Y'all can't see it if y'all listening right now, but I need y'all to tune in. I
didn't do anything
at the whatever minute mark you listening to. Tune over to YouTube and then turn to that so you can see the manipulation she just attempted on.
I did not try to manipulate you. I was feeling my own feelings,
and now she's gaslighting me. And trying and minimize something you didn't have.
Yeah, that's what I think about that.
This is love, y'all. This is what love looks like. Yep, exactly. This is what love looks like when you're past the honeymoon stage and y'all can be playful with each other. You can call out each other's slight BSs, even though she was intentionally doing that. See? Cute. So cute. His face is so cute. So, that's all I got.
That's all I got too. I looked at the time and I was like,
damn, we about 30 minutes in. I feel like we said what we said.
I said I said.
Another thing I wanted to bring up or point out, I was like, you almost did it again with the I don't disagree. I don't, gentlemen. Let me talk to y'all. I don't know if
strong opinions are not.
Yeah, I don't know if your experience has been is similar to mine, but I've found in my experience I've experienced in speaking with Ciandra and also a lot of other women as well, that they would never give you a negative opinion. Like, if you ask them, do you like this thing? And if they don't like it, they won't say, no, I don't like it. They'll be like, I don't like, I don't, it's not bad, and then they give you every reason why they don't like it immediately behind it. Or, I don't disagree with what they said, but followed by everything they disagree with what they said. So it's like I found that they would never give you a straight answer when it's a negative. They will try to reframe it in some way and like to make it, positive or not make it sound as negative. Even when you're just asking for opinion, do you like this food? I don't dislike it. It's not the best.
That's not all women though. I feel like
gentlemen, have y'all experienced something like that? But go ahead. Say what you're saying, babe.
I think that there are a lot of people who are like, there are women who I don't like going out with her because she always send her food back. That kind of woman. There are women who have strong opinions or who have negative opinions. That's not my.
Are those older women?
Probably. I'm gonna grow out of it, so you just got a little bit of time. You just wait.
I'll be like, I just find it fun. I just remember when you went to Vegas, she been fighting them, and she was like, "No, that's not true. Women don't be doing that. Women don't be doing." Then we went to Vegas, and we was talking to that black couple that was sitting next to us. We went to that little steakhouse when we had the drinks, and then you were asking her how they liked some. She was like, it wasn't bad, and I looked at Sandra. And she knew. She was like, "Damn, completely independent verification of what I be saying." I was like, sometimes I wish they'd just be like, "No, I don't like this thing," or "Yes, I like this thing."
Just trying to be nice. I don't want to hurt anybody.
You're talking to me. I'm asking you a question. It's us alone. No one else is going to hear you. I'm eliciting your true opinion.
My true opinion is
to me. You can say that to your girlfriend. Are you talking to me, baby?
This from the same man who doesn't like when I complain.
But
that to me in my mind.
I asked you to complain. I asked you to give me your yes or
complaint.
No. Yeah. So I've learned to internally translate anything that's not a yes or anything that's not an immediate yes or no to no. Like if I ask her, "Do you like this?" and she doesn't say yes, it means no. If she gives you anything other than a yes or no, it's no. I don't like it, because if they like it, they're gonna say yes emphatically. But if they don't, they're not going to say no. They're going to say some other, roundabout thing that's going to be like that is going to end up turning up to ipso facto to it's not my favorite thing. I don't like it, and I'm willing to debate anybody on that.
That's a percentage of the population, but there's another percentage of the population who would say no.
Fair, but would you say that percentage? I'm
not going to get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, I would say, what percentage would you say are the ones that are, it's not my favorite. It's not, it's not, I don't disagree. Or what percentage would you say that is just my imaginary amalgamation of all women's voices combined? That's what it is. You take all women's voices, combine them together. That's the representative.
What is about the women who sound like this?
Or they got some deep voice women, but they also got some high voice women. And then when they come together, in my mind, at least in my mind, this is what it sounds like.
You're taking us on a tangent.
That was a bit of a tangent.
That's cute. That's very cute.
But yeah, I need y'all to agree with me on this one, gentlemen. This is gentlemen only. Speak. Let me know what has been y'all experience. I just want to know: Am I alone? Am I alone out here? Am I alone on some X-Files stuff? Like, am I alone? Yes. Am I alone out here?
I'm unique.
But if you watch X-Files, we know that he wasn't alone, but he was right the whole time. No,
that's not you are.
I already know it's not a unique experience because we saw it. I've seen it. I've seen it several times.
She was unique too. Unique.
That's not what unique means. So I just need y'all to sound off and let me know. That being said, you have any final food with thought?
Yeah, let that voice quiver.
Any final food for thought?
Make sure that you cultivate intimate moments in your relationships, whether that be your friendships, your romantic relationships, your family, familial relationships
that you want to have,
that you care about, that you want to sustain. Make sure that you cultivate those intimate moments.
And I would say, for me, my final food for thought is do something for your partner and that you don't directly benefit from. Carve out some time, make that happen. at some point very soon. In the next 2 weeks.
Do it now.
You know what I'm saying? Do it. We good?
Yep.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Buffet Buddies Podcast, episode 108. Like and subscribe so we can continue to get these numbers up. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and we'll see you next time. No, it's too early for that. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.